Hello everyone, I'm James Milan. Welcome to this Town Hall update. We once again welcome our Town Manager, Jim Feeney, into the studio to talk about what is going on in the early part of the fall here. So Jim, welcome. Happy fall to you.
Same to you, James.
Well, I noticed that we have, I'm sure we'll end up talking for a few minutes anyway, but we've got just a couple of agenda items today. So I don't know if this is a new trend starting this fall?
Just starting the fall off light.
Okay, fair enough. So let's talk first about the fact that Arlington has once again is going to be receiving money for a worthy project. Talked to our DPCD Director, Claire Ricker, about this last week. Would love to hear from you about the new grant for the Broadway corridor.
Sure. Yes, many thanks to the Department of Planning and Community Development, and specifically our Senior Transportation Planner, John Alessi, for helping us secure grant funding from the Boston Region Metropolitan Planning Organization, what we call the Boston MPO. Not an entity we've been able to secure funds for in recent memory, so we're happy to tap into sort of a new avenue of resources and to bring in, just north of $1.1 million for the town of Arlington. And it's sort of forward-looking to what we see as one of our next big transportation projects, and that is that 1 mile stretch from the Alewife Brook Parkway to Mass Ave. That's what we know as the Broadway corridor. And what this grant funding is going to do is allow us to develop a design for the Broadway corridor as a complete street, which is a very specific terminology used for a roadway that provides for safety and accessibility of users of all modalities. So whether you're in a car, on a bike, whether you're a pedestrian, walking, rolling, whatever it may be. So once we have a design for the Broadway corridor as a complete street, that will actually open up additional avenues of construction funding for the community because of the designation as a complete street. So we just got that grant award. The next step will be to develop what we call a request for proposals, where we undertake that sort of later this fall, early winter, to find out who our design engineer is going to be, and then we'll begin that sort of community engagement and public participation process in early 2025.
All right, well, we celebrate each and every one of these instances in which Arlington is securing money for quality of life stuff for our residents. But two things about this one that I just want to reiterate that you just pointed out. One is significant, 1.1 million, really a significant amount of money. So congrats on that score. And then the second thing you said, it's a new source, one that we hadn't secured funding from before. So again, kudos to you and to the planning department. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Okay, next and last on our official agenda for today is a big topic for us at ACMi, big topic for you guys at Town Hall, and for the town in general. Town Day's coming up.
This Saturday, September 21st, this year, kickoff is at 10:30 a.m. Official events on Mass Ave will conclude at 4:30 p.m. So a little bit of a later start and later finish than last year and years prior. But yes, obviously a very exciting time. I know exactly how much time, planning, and commitment goes into the lead up to the event, but also for ACMi with just sort of outstanding coverage of the event throughout the day, of all the fun, games, activities, booths, the demonstrations. I mean, there's over 200 vendors there. We got entertainment. So, I'm excited for this year's event. As of right now, weather's looking good, so we'll just keep monitoring that closely. For those who are new to Arlington and perhaps haven't participated in Town Day before, it's one of the few instances where we shut down Mass Ave from the intersection of Mass Ave with Pleasant Street and Mystic Street, between there and the intersection of Jason Street and Mill Street. So all the booth vendors, food vendors, center stage is right in front of the town hall building that we can see over our shoulders here. So with respect to closing down Mass Ave, so folks know, obviously that's going to have significant traffic impacts and parking impacts as well. The road closure will begin at 9:15 a.m. and we hope to have the road reopened by 6:15 p.m. So that will require the MBTA to adjust some bus routes via some rerouting, essentially like they would do in the event of a detour. But some of the highlights of the day, I would say, are there's actually going to be a 3-miler, a race around the reservoir. That's at 10:30 down at the, starting off at the Arlington Reservoir Beach parking lot area. This year, again, there will be Art on the Green at Whittemore Park, and that runs pretty much for the duration of Town Day. Of course, there will be many town departments and various boards and committees that will have booths and that they will be on hand to talk about the various projects going on in and around Arlington. Obviously, not going to list them all here today, but a few that I would want to mention is, again, DPCD, Planning and Community Development, will have a table and they'll be there to talk about ways to participate in our master plan update and the forthcoming Arlington Heights Business District sort of redesign or rezoning plan. Fire department will be on site in the area of the Robbins Library. They will have obviously touch-a-truck, so we will have some of their apparatus on site. They will be doing a Jaws of Life demonstration. We will have the safe smokehouse for learning sort of fire safety techniques. Police Department's Family Services Unit will be on site. K-9 Officer Mike Hogan and ICO will be there and performing K-9 demonstrations. We're excited to have the United States Coast Guard joining us this year with one of their auxiliary response boats that will also be available for viewing on Library Way. Want to also call out that Zero Waste Arlington, for the second year in a row, via a partnership with the MWRA, will be providing a free water filling station. It's this really neat and compact trailer, so folks can get a drink or refill their bottles. And they will be continuing the reusable container pilot program with hopes of eliminating of as many as possible of these single-use beverage and food takeout containers. So vendors can sign up to use reusable containers at at their booth, and the Zero Waste Arlington Committee will hook them up, as we say. A couple other events that are sort of ceremonial and don't take place every year that need to be called out. At 10 a.m., the Marquis de Lafayette, the General Lafayette Trail Marker dedication ceremony will take place in front of the Robbins Library. Again, that is at 10 a.m., and that marker is part of a larger 23 state marker trail system that covers 6,000 miles of the General's 13-month tour as he fought for American independence. And then sort of moving down Mass Ave slightly to the park that we know is Whittemore Park, which is the green space in front of the Jefferson Cutter House, which houses the Dallin Museum. So there's a Paul Revere statue that's going to be unveiled at Whittemore Park as part of the Dallin Museum. So it's a much smaller version of that iconic statue in the north end of Paul Revere. So that sort of as we gear up for the semi-quincentennial celebration in April of next year. Sort of moving along the timeline of events, we are again planning to have a fireworks display over Spy Pond at 7:30 p.m. Of course, wear your bug spray, but the health department is planning to be on site, and they will have mosquito wipes to give away while supplies last. We're just trying to be cognizant of the risk of West Nile virus. So one thing to sort of leave folks with is please consider walking or biking. Obviously, when you close down Mass Ave and thousands of people descend on one area at one time, parking can be challenging. Traffic delays are anticipated, right? We close down Mass Ave, but we have to close down the adjoining side streets that feed into Mass Ave. So there are a lot of traffic impacts. So certainly invite people to walk, but also want to let folks know that the Russell Common Lot, the large parking lot in Arlington Center, will be free parking that day in the metered spots. So folks can take advantage of that option. And if they're interested in any more details and to try to figure out where your favorite booth is located or what the entertainment schedule is and knowing which bands are going to go on when and which community groups are going to be performing when, please visit the town's website. The Town Day information is available right on our homepage.
Bravo! I have to say that was a command performance in terms of describing Town Day, which really does have everything. You know, access to local officials, information from all of the kind of nonprofits and other agencies in town. Great food, excellent entertainment. Like you said, it's got it all, and really you gave us a great sense of the breadth of what is going to be available for people. And
true community event.
absolutely. So, like you said, so far, fingers crossed on the weather. We just needed to stay the September that we've had so far, and we will have a stunning day.
Indeed.
All right. Well, thank you for that wealth of information. I have been speaking with our town manager, Jim Feeney, who is clearly in good command of the material he came to talk about today. We appreciate him taking the time to join us today, and we appreciate you doing so as well. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm James Milland. This is the Town Hall Update. We'll see you next time.